July 15th, 1959 was a monumental day in the life of Gene Peggram. It was his first day at Cal Farley's Boys Ranch. He had gotten the opportunity, encouraged by friend Lamont Waldrop and brother Jim Peggram, to apply to work with kids. He would be living in a barracks building with a group of boys. He was single, and there weren't any staff family living quarters in that barracks, Western Avenue. Therefore, he lived in a small room right with the boys and could hear them if and when they snuck out to smoke or if they were sick or in distress. When Gene first became a staff member at Boys Ranch, he saw a bunch of kids that needed help. He learned that many were there because there was no dad in the home and their mom needed to work outside of the home to support her children. BR seemed to be a perfect place for these boys. Before Gene went to BR, he had finished college and was working on his cousin's ranches, one in Canyon and one in Colorado. After high school, Gene had been offered a basketball scholarship at a college. However, his parents would not let him accept it, fearing that he would concentrate more on basketball and not enough on his schoolwork. Gene was still just 17. When his parents said no about anything, he knew that that meant no. He never lost his love for basketball and still has not. Gene did go on to West Texas State University in Canyon and studied agriculture. He had a terrible auto accident in 1955 and missed out on finishing his classes. So he stopped college and went back to work at his cousin's ranches. With his dad and two brothers, Gene had grown up ranching and farming in Quail, Texas. It was definitely an education of hard work, discipline, and family. Gene's parents were strict. His mother was a strong Christian and they were never allowed to miss church for work. So Christianity was a major part of his education also. Gene and his two brothers and two sisters always attended church, accepted Christ, and were all baptized at a young age. Gene graduated high school at age 17, having started school at age 5. He was sure his mother was anxious to get him to school. Fast forward, or backwards, to starting college at WTSU in 1952. Gene had turned 18 by that time. He always had to work to pay his way through college. Gene drove a school bus for Canyon schools and then began working when he could on his cousin's ranch. His cousin did not tolerate tardiness, sassiness, or laziness, thus continued his education and learning life experiences. However, he always maintained his sense of humor, although there are some who might doubt that. Gene was first hired to live with the boys. This was a time when the older boys had what they thought was control of things at Boys Ranch. Gene had to establish himself as a staff member quickly. Because of the example set before him in his raising and other life experiences, that was not a problem. Gene was 24 years old by then and continued being a dorm parent for several years. In June 6, 1961, 2 years after Gene came to Boys Ranch, he married Tommy Sue Short, who was the BR school secretary. They had both come to BR single in July of 1959. They each had brothers that were house parents at the time. Their wives could not wait to get them acquainted, and they did. Tommy Sue says, "Don't believe all the tales those other boys tell about us dating, because they make up half those stories anyway." The boys in Western Avenue went to the wedding, held in the old chapel. A few of those guys are here tonight. It was exciting to move out of the barracks. They continued being dorm parents for 12 years or so. Gene and Tommy Sue moved into Jim Hill dorm. Then, on January 8, 1964, their first daughter, Jamie Nan, was born. She loved her boys, and she knew them all by name and voice. Eventually, in 1970, the boys and Tommy Sue and Gene moved into a brand new, more modern dormitory. They missed Jim Hill dorm, but Fisher Home really seemed to be home for them and the boys. They picked out all of the bedspreads, drapes, down to the furniture in the dorm. 6 years later, after they moved into Fisher Home on March 2, 1970, another daughter, Gina Sue, was born. Gene used to tell people that all their biological boys turned out to be girls. She was 4 years old when they moved out of the dorm. They missed the boys so much, but Gene's responsibilities did not allow him enough time to train new house parents. At that time, that was a real necessity, as more and more new brick dormitories were being built and would, of course, need full-time house parents to live with 36 boys in each dorm. During that time, Gene was appointed as one of 2 home life supervisors. During these years, Gene served as deputy sheriff for the county, honor patrol director, pickup man at the rodeo, also other responsibilities that did not have titles. He was appointed to be the only home life supervisor while there, and the family were moved into staff quarters in 1974. Gene remained at that job until around 1994, where he was coordinator between boys, house parents, work supervisors until retirement. These were honorable jobs, and Gene mostly enjoyed them all. Anytime that he could ride a horse and be with a bunch of kids, as with Honor Patrol or Pickup Man, he enjoyed it. These jobs and responsibilities always involved Boys Ranch boys. Working with the boys was the favorite of all their responsibilities. They played many games of dominoes, many intramural sports, many conversations about school grades, and many summer trips, especially the ones to Lake Kemp and occasional hunting trips during the Christmas holidays. The number of years that Gene served at Boys Ranch were 37 and a half. They received a nice plaque from the alumni for this, but it was really their honor to serve. And this is a nice retirement gift Gene got from his family. Tommy Sue retired from working at the clinic at Boys Ranch. There were so many folks there that they met and were positive influences in their lives. Other house parents, school administrators and teachers, chapel staff, Dr. Otto Calet, ranch administrators and staff, work supervisors, and town office staff. Meeting special people while working at BR was significant to this old country boy. Of course, Cal Farley was most significant. Cal Farley never passed up an opportunity to ask about a specific boy or give some advice. He was small in stature, but huge in perception, memory, and wisdom. The appearance of stars such as Roy Rogers, Roy Clark, Jimmy Dean, Tom Landry, Willie Nelson, and Festus, Patrick Wayne, who was John Wayne's son, were U.S. President's wife, and Stuttering Sam, a hilarious comedian and old friend of Mr. Farley. They all paled in comparison to the significance and pleasure of even a short conversation with Mr. Farley. Some of their most significant events at Boys Ranch, when they took all of the buses, most of the boys and staff, and attended the funerals of Mr. and Miss Farley in town. Also, seeing and talking with boys who had seemed unhappy at BR, return after they left, sometimes long years after, is a pleasure. They praise BR and the staff, the school, the programs, and even the discipline for the success that they have attained in life as an adult. Tommy Sue is a registered nurse and became the nurse at the Boys Ranch Clinic for 3 years. Gene never received many awards or honors, but he was a FFA state farmer in high school, offered a basketball scholarship by a college, married his sweetheart, and was hired to work at Cal Farley's Boys Ranch. Gene is proud of many things at Boys Ranch. For many years, either the salutatorian or valedictorian of either the senior graduation class or the 8th grade graduation class, or both, were Jim Hill or Fisher Home boys. Bill Sarpolis also became a U.S. congressman, and Tom Alvarez got appointed to Boys State and was accompanied by Mr. Farley. Seeing kids like Jim Calhoun, Phil Mancuso, Jesse and Jim Eisenman, the Sarpolis brothers, Mike Hogan, Kim Williams, Rick Thompson, Eddie Taylor, Joe and Dan Thomas, Tom Alvarez, Rob Sill, and so many others become successful, outstanding men with strong work ethics, integrity, ambition, service to others. Gene could go on and on. They could never name all the guys that this applies to. Gene and Tommy Soon are also grateful for their many alternate house parents that shared their dorm. Pat and Roger Waldrop, Jolene and Lefty Adams, Wanda and Carol Powell, Donna and Tommy Green, Carolyn and Stan Fulton, Ellen and Don Price, and Barbara and Bruce Woods. They share so many experiences and have so many amazing memories. Jamie is married to Bill Mannon. They have 2 daughters, Shayla Fields and her husband Scott, and they have 2 sons, Gus and Aiden. They also have twin daughters, Charlie and Lucy, who live with their mother, Shelby Bremen, and husband James. They have 3 kiddos, Jameson, Bryson, and Emma. Jenna is married to Chad Landrum. They have 1 son, Colton Landrum, and wife Shelby Lynn. Colton is in the U.S. Navy and lives in Virginia. They have 1 baby boy, Kaysen. Tommy Sue has 1 brother, Harold. Harold lives in Houston, as do all of his children and grandchildren. Gene has 1 remaining sibling, a brother Jim and his wife Betty, who are here tonight. They live in Amarillo, and Jim just celebrated his 90th birthday. Gene and Tommy Sue are members of Coulter Road Baptist Church in Amarillo. With Gene's hearing and seeing problems, they haven't been active in church in a while. They do listen to a service on TV every Sunday morning, but it isn't the same. They spend lots of time with their kids, grandkids, and great-grandkids. Tommy Sue, aka Graham, picks one up from school most school days. Until the most recent years, they have attended basketball, baseball, and football games, track meets, school plays and programs, baptisms, and church events. Gene and Tommy Sue love seeing old friends, alumni, and relatives. Their goals for the future are to stay healthy as they can, stay out of the nursing home, and maintain their own home. They want to keep their home open for the kids to run in and out. They keep Jesus close to their hearts. Gene's personal mission statement is, love God and family, tell the truth, work hard, and you'll be fine. Major influences in Gene's life include, first of all, his mother, who was a strong person and set an everlasting example for him, as did his sister, Opal, who passed away this last year. His wife has been a great influence on his life. She has tried to teach him manners, patience, and how to show love, and she's still working on him. Gene had a number of teachers, especially high school and college ag teachers, as well as his dad, who all taught him work ethics, persistence, and skills. He has had friends including Walter Waldrop, Lefty Adams, Lamont Waldrop, Bob Wilson, a former superintendent of BR, Cal Farley, Lance Cavanis, a former Boys Ranch director, Strauss Atkinson, a pastor while he was in college and who married he and Tommy Sue, Billy Joe Peggram, his oldest brother, and Dean Lehue, all of whom strongly influenced his life and now leave him with lots of memories. Tommy Sue and Gene loved working and raising their girls at Boys Ranch. They met so many youngsters and staff members, too many to ever name. Some stayed a short time, some a long time. But even though memories fell a lot, they still have some wonderful memories of Cal Farley's Boys Ranch and the amazing people that they met there.